Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to writing class. So originally I had recorded all of the video, did all of the work, but something happened to the video file, so I'm doing it over again. So make sure that you are ready to begin, you have something to write with, and that you have your writing packet. Okay, so today we will receive a new prompt, shape the prompt, and brainstorm a topic. We will also discuss a few trends that I noticed in your essays from last week. Before we begin, let's go ahead and say our objective. Students will be able to begin brainstorming on a new expository prompt. Alrighty, so now you know what we will be working on today. We will be brainstorming. Now, before we get into shaping the prompt, let's go ahead and refresh our memory of what Go words mean. When we are reading an expository prompt, there are some words that tell us to go and do something. They're usually action words. And some of these can be explain, write, tell, research, share, create, express, inform, and describe. So if you notice, these are all things that you can add ing to. I can be explaining, I can be writing, I can be telling somebody something, I am researching, I am sharing, I am creating, I am expressing, I am informing, I can be describing, and that's what we did last week. Last week we described something, and it was somebody we knew and their special talent. Okay. So now that we remember what Go words are, it's going to be pretty simple to find it in our prompts, because I did look ahead to all of our prompts, and the one word that is used for Go words in every prompt is the word write. Now our charge words are going to be a little bit different. They're the words that tell us what we will be or how we will be going to do something. So if we're going to write, they're going to tell us how we will be doing that or why. And some examples are why, importance of, significance of, effects of, solutions for, how, pick a side, description, and favorite. So pick a side might be something like either you agree with somebody or you disagree, and explain why. Pick a side. Are you on the side, like that story we read, insects are amazing or bugs are creepy? They want us to pick a side on that when we were reading those, right? So now we move on to our topic words, and topic words are going to be different in every single prompt. So topic words are the last and final part of the prompt that tell us, what exactly we're going to be writing about. So we've written about different things. Every prompt we've ever had has had a different topic, and those can include writing about memories, family, friends, animals, school, traveling, events, food, and technology. So last week, some of you wrote about a family member who has a special talent. Some of you wrote about a friend who has a special talent. I wrote about a friend who has a special talent. And for my reasons, I used two memories of when my friend used her special talent, which was singing. So these are some examples of topics that we will be writing about in the coming weeks. And today's topic definitely falls into one of these categories. So let's go ahead and start shaping the prompt. So make sure that you have a pencil ready and that you have your writing packet out. Now keep in mind, since I did record this a little while ago, and for some reason it just didn't go through, I have already shaped my prompt, but I'm going to cover it up. That way we can kind of go through the steps. I went ahead and went through the steps. I put my eyes on the read because that's all I want to do is I want to look at the information in the box, and let's read it together. Get ready? Texas Governor Sam Houston once said, "Texas is the finest portion of the globe that has blessed my vision." Ooh, so we can already tell that we might be talking about something to do with Texas. And for many of us, this is our home state. Okay, so moving on to the next step, think. think about the different places in Texas. Ooh, okay. There's so many things to think about. We can think about the beach. We can think about the Alamo in San Antonio. We can think about the caverns in El Paso. Think about the tall buildings in Dallas. There's so many different places in Texas that we can think about. So let's go ahead and get into our prompt. They're asking us to write about your favorite place in Texas. And write is the go word, favorite is the charge word, and the topic is place in Texas. So they want us to talk about our favorite place in Texas. So that brings us into our brainstorming. So before we get into the box, I want you to go ahead and fill out these shapes right here. Our go word was right. Our charge word is favorite, and the topic is place in Texas. So go ahead and pause the video and fill out those 3 boxes. All right, so let's start brainstorming in the box. So I'm gonna go through mine first, and then you can pause the video and fill out your box. And then for homework, you will narrow down your topics to 2 or 3 like we have been. So let's go through them. The first thing I wrote down was San Antonio, because I really love this city. There's so much to do there. There's so many places that you can have a good time. There's parks. There are amusement parks like Fiesta Texas. And there's just a lot of things that you can do there. The next place I wrote about was Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge, because I don't know if any of you have heard about this. This is actually here in the valley. It's a Texas state park, and they have hiking trails, and you can rent out binoculars and go bird watching. You can see the very, very colorful birds. There's lots of like really big lizards on the trail. They're kind of scary, but they're still pretty cool to look at. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do here at the refuge, and it's really interesting. So I really had a good time when I went there recently. The next place I talked about was Galveston. You know, this could be a possible topic for me because I really liked that city. Not a lot of people have gone to Galveston, but I really liked it there. They have their own beach, and they have a pier. A pier is like a boardwalk on top of the water where they have like a Ferris wheel, and they have rides, and they have games and stuff. So Galveston was a really cool city, and the food is actually really good. Another place I mentioned is the beach, South Padre Island, of course, because it's so close by, and the beach is there. They have all sorts of activities to do at the beach. It's nice to get in the sand, and it's just a really fun time whenever I've gone. The next place I talked about was the Japanese tea gardens, and that place, you know, I've never actually been there, but it's some place that I would actually like to visit one day. So maybe in my essay, this would be a place that I hope to visit one day, and that could be something I talk about in my conclusion. I hope I can go there one day. So I mentioned the Japanese tea garden. The next place I talked about was the capital of Texas, Austin. There's lots of history there. There's lots of museums. There's delicious food. There's all sorts of activities to do there because it's a bigger city. So that might be something I could talk about. And of course, I put my hometown, McAllen. What's better than my hometown, where I'm comfortable, where I grew up, and where I have all of my roots and my family and my friends. So my hometown could be a place in Texas that I really like, and it's my favorite place. And last but not least, I mentioned the Alamo. So this could be a place in Texas that I might talk about because there's history. It's a tourist place. There's a nice gift shop. This is a very famous place in Texas where a battle was fought. So there's lots of things that I could write about that. So this is just me brainstorming. So what I want you to do now is pause the video, and I want you to fill out the brainstorming box. Take as much time as you need. Then you can come back and play the video, and we'll continue with the next instructions. All right. Now that you're back, let's go ahead and talk about some strategies that I want you guys to consider when you're doing your brainstorming. I want you to think about the keep, combine, and toss strategy. So keep means, narrowing down your ideas, keeping the ones that you're most interested in. So maybe I might be most interested in San Antonio. That's why I circled it. But maybe I also want to combine some ideas. So the Alamo is in San Antonio, right? And the Japanese tea gardens are also in San Antonio. So these might be two supporting details that I can keep with my San Antonio topic, right? And now my hometown could be something I want to write about. And the wildlife refuge is here in my hometown. That could be a supporting detail for my topic. So I don't have to get rid of all of my ideas. I can combine some of them. Ooh, the beach is near my hometown. So I can combine that with my topic of McAllen, my hometown. So now I have two supporting details or reasons to talk about McAllen. I have reason 1, the beach. Reason 2, the wildlife refuge. I can even add more details in there. Like I can talk about a time that I visited the refuge. And maybe I went with my family. This might be something that I can use an example for, right? And the beach, I have so many examples. But I'm going to narrow it down to one time that it was really special. And if I'm going to talk about the beach and my hometown, I can talk about the waves. I can talk about the smell of the ocean. I can talk about the sand and how it feels on my feet. Usually it's really hot. During the day, the sand is so hot. So those could be my supporting details for McAllen. The Alamo and the tea gardens could be supporting details for San Antonio if I chose that topic. But I'm going to wait for a little bit and kind of make sure that I chose one that I'm really, really excited about. For homework, you will fill out your brainstorming box and narrow it down to 2 or 3 topics. So if you did not get to fill out your whole brainstorming box right now during the video, you can go ahead and finish that for homework. But something that you absolutely must do before tomorrow is narrow it down to 2 or 3 topics. And then when you narrow it down to 2 or 3 topics, that's when you realize which one you're most interested in. So remember, for homework, brainstorming box, narrowing down your topic, because tomorrow we will start developing our central idea statement. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. If something wasn't clear enough, go ahead and send me a message. I am more than happy to help you out. That's all I have for you guys today. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.